versus Georgia. The Dogs and the Tide, two teams that have been in each other's way for supremacy in the SEC and the national title race. Welcome to Athens, Georgia. We are between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 9 team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 4th-ranked team, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. The Dogs will kick this away to start us off. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So Alabama's offense is up first today. And Kirk, we check out tape on this offense. Your eye just goes to these highlight reel catches that this elite wide receiver makes again and again.
And you know, one thing that stands out to me is not only does he get these chances to make plays, but the defenses, they do their homework. And what they typically will do is put a couple defenders on him. And when they do that, that's when it opens up other aspects of this offense that they're going to have to be able to take advantage of today. Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Running out of time in the pocket. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Boy, great job here by this defensive lineman from Georgia using his hands and his speed to close in on the quarterback and come up with this sack. And they've had some great ones over the years, Chris, as you know, starting with our guy, David Pollock, who had as good a career in his time in Athens as anybody who's ever put on that uniform. Richard Seymour, brilliant career with the Patriots, but it all started in Athens. Jalen Carter, just an enforcer up front. And I even throw in Geno Atkins, who had a great career in the interior of that Georgia defensive line.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. A deep shot to the right. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Well, this defense has got to be aware that this quarterback and this offensive coordinator, they're not afraid to take shots. Here we see it early in this game, throwing the ball downfield. The defense has got to be aware. Keep those safeties back. Keep your eyes up and try to keep a lid on this offense and look for some turnover opportunities.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. Returner decides to fair catch this. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. They will go up against a secondary, Kirk, that talks about the no-fly zone. These guys are confident in their ability to just lock down wide receivers and take away the opponent's passing game.
Seems like every year in college football, there's secondaries around the country that want to brag that they have the best group of defensive backs. I think this defense and this secondary specifically has a very strong case with what they have to work with. The question I have is, how will the offense consistently move the ball against this group today?
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Takes the handoff again. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Makes the ground. It's Branch. It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the Stix. More than enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Using his legs, it's Frazier. Alabama and Georgia, they have collided in the biggest stages for the biggest trophies in the sport. But the last meeting, that regular season classic, in Tuscaloosa. The Tide jumped them 28-0. It was a beatdown. Georgia responded. Kirk actually took the lead late in the game before one of the most memorable plays of the season won it for Bama.
Yeah, it was just something we've not had to see from Kirby Smart's team. On the road, like you said, down so big. I remember you saw Alabama taunting Georgia going off the field at halftime. But give credit to Georgia. Not only did they come back, but they take the lead. It looked like they might be able to get out of there with a win. And then the freshman at the time, Ryan Williams, introduces himself to a national audience with maybe one of the best plays of the year. Great call by you, by the way, and end up getting Alabama back to being in a position to win that football game.
Grab down the middle. It's Thomas. They make the stop, but it'll be 1st and 10 now from the 18.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Moves left out of the pocket. And the junior decides to pick up the 1st down himself.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the 1st down marker is, picking up the 1st down.
The Dogs hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
See if they can convert the point after. PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Returner choosing to field this one. And the coverage team gets him down. Not much gained on that return. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Quick throw to the left. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line.
Boy, we're just getting started here, and already you can feel a rhythm between a quarterback and a receiver. Nice job again getting back in the pocket, making a nice, accurate throw to one of his top targets.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Quarterback keeps the football. And they've got him, the defense, with a tackle for loss to wrap up the first quarter of play. Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. To throw, it's Simpson. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Looking deep to the right side. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. They get him down, but not before he reaches the 39.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Tried to bounce it, but couldn't get the cortical. Stop him for a loss.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another 3rd down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up, a long way to go for a 1st down. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And they'll stop him just short of the mark. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. So no hesitation by the coach. The offense is out there to go for it here. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. He's got it. Enough for a 1st down. You make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a 1st down in the red zone.
Well, it's always a gamble to go for it on 4th down where you're already in field goal range, but it looks like they won't rehash this decision when it's all said and done. That's a 1st down.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Now here comes the bunch formation. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Caught over the middle, it's Horton. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
This quarterback has a lot of different options, but I don't mind him getting this wide receiver involved so early in the game. Let him build up his confidence. He could have a monster day for you.
1st down and goal. Can the defense force a field goal and keep the lead at halftime? And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. Timeout called by the defense, their 1st of the half as they try to make some adjustments here. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama.
Boy, how exciting has this 1st half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
And they get set now to try the PAT. And the PAT is good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Turner trying to create good field position. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. To throw, it's Stockton. Running back has it on a screen now. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stopped him short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Makes the catch. It's Branch. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. So ball to the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. They'll try to run for the first down. Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. The offense will now quickly spend the timeout.
Well, third down, why not hand it to your running back? He's one of the more gifted athletes on your team. You give him a chance, he's going to give you the yards that he needs, and that is a first down.
Grab down the middle. It's the Bell. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. From the shotgun, drops back. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
Chris, it just feels like the offense is almost teasing the defense with this play. As an offensive coordinator, quarterback, you're often looking for that soft spot in the zone. And here, they do a nice job of finding that hole for a nice gain.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to start the second half.
Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Quarterback still with the football. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, the options dried up quickly for the quarterback here. Very, very fortunate he was somehow able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Back to pass. It's Stockton. And it falls incomplete. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Send the back in motion. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. The sure hands. It's Thomas. Breaks into the clear. Tackle made at the 37. It's a solid gain.
Love to see a quarterback who looks for a matchup on 3rd down. Sees his go-to guy who's got a favorable matchup, gets the ball to him for a first down.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. On 1st down, it's play action. Breaks free. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 41.
That's tough for this defense. You give up the catch, but you also let the receiver break a tackle and get some yards afterward.
The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Important second down play coming up. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. They finally make the stop, but the offense threatening down. First down to the 27.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure. It's allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
A completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. The back's got it. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
And the Bulldogs are going to cash in this red zone trip. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Caught in the backfield. It's Bell. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
They come up third and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Now, fourth down.
So now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit. Knocks that one right down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. The returner is brought down. Gets us started on the next drive. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. Looking downfield. It's Simpson. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're going to be able to play in the SEC and be a dominant team, you have to have defensive linemen like this right here. We've seen that from Georgia over the years. They've been incredibly blessed to have defensive linemen that can hold up against the run, also have the ability to do this right here, which is pressure the quarterback and come up with those sacks.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Nice grab. It's Williams. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Scrambling and throwing it deep. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Now, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
So the drive stalls, and here comes the punting team. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And notice how the balance of this passing game has been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved catching passes. That's tough to stop. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Dropping back. It's Stockton. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Here he goes. They make the stop, but not before he gains the first down. The screenplay works.
Well, how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the fourth.
And it's incomplete. Comes up a little short on that throw.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Graham down the middle. It's Branch.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
Can they keep this drive going, try to convert on third down now? It's a quarterback keeper. It's like Georgia will have the first down.
Defense is spread all over the field. Do a pretty good job here keeping him out of the end zone, but he gets enough for the first down.
This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. And looking to throw now on first down. The pass rush closing in. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
That sack sets up a second down and long. To the air. It's Stockton. Grabbed by the receiver. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Here we are late in a close game. Crucial play coming up. Third and long. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds after a solid game.
Oh, that one really hurts for this defense. They get these guys to third down, a chance to maybe get them off the field, and they give up a first down late in the game. The clock will continue to roll.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. Now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
The slant may look like an easy play to defend, but it can be really tough, especially against man coverage, without any help to the inside. If you're the offense and you continue to see that man coverage, they might as well just keep attacking just like that.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Puck over the middle. It's Bell. And the tackle is made, but the offense now is set up. First and goal from the 9.
Well, the defense gets these guys to third down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. The defense desperate to get the football back, trailing here late. The Dogs looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. So from the 9-yard line, it's 2nd and goal. It's Thomas. And the defense swarms him. They've got him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here.
Well, it hasn't been the prettiest of day for really either offense, but anytime you get a chance to take a knee to end the game is all that matters. So count this one as a W. You learn from some mistakes, and you get better for next week.
So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
After the clutch field goal, they'll kick it off here. The offense has a long way to go. Need a touchdown and not much time. And he takes this from inside 5. And the coverage team gets him down a last chance for this returner to win the game, but time has run out. That's the kind of matchup we hope for, Kirk. This team came in higher ranked, respected. They were fully tested. They had to show how good they were to survive the upset here today.
And I really think that the coaches and the players, they love playing in these kind of games. You really are going to get tested. You find out what you're made out of. And these guys really met the challenge. I'm very, very impressed with the execution and how they played this game. And now they go to the next step.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.